Unlike gases, the behavior of solids and liquids cannot be described by a set of laws that can be applied regardless of the identity of the substance. Now, since liquids and solids are composed of particles that are much closer together, a force of attraction exists between them, which we call as intermolecular forces. So, which is the force of attraction between the molecules. Now, there are three different types of intermolecular forces that are present in covalent compounds. So we are not talking about a covalent bond, we are not talking about an ionic bond, we are talking about the intermolecular forces, the forces between the two molecules. The three different types are London dispersion, dipole-dipole, and hydrogen bonding. These London dispersion forces are very weak intermolecular forces, and these interactions are due to the momentary change in the electron density of a molecule. So for example, let's look at an example here. Let's take the example of CH4. So CH4 is carbon attached with 4 hydrogens, and this is another CH4 molecule. Both are covalent compounds. We are using the word molecule, that means they are covalent compounds. Now this CH4 is a non-polar molecule. And remember from chapter 4, we discussed that if the electronegativity difference between the atoms present in the molecule is less than 0.5, the bond is a nonpolar bond, and we can see in CH4 all of the bonds are nonpolar bonds, so it's a nonpolar molecule. And this bond is a covalent bond, nonpolar covalent bond. So what happens, just for a temporary dipole in one CH4 molecule, because remember all these are electrons. So let's say this is one CH4 molecule, this is another CH4 molecule. So what happens, these are the electron density. So electrons repel each other, so then what happens, just a temporary dipole in one CH4 molecule induces a temporary dipole in another CH4 molecule. So for a moment, one CH4 is acting as slightly positive and another one is slightly negative, and it's just for a moment. And that basically temporary dipole, that causes the weak interaction between these two molecules. So the point is, the London dispersion forces are the weakest interactions. They are present between the nonpolar molecules, and this is the, again, nonpolar electronegativity difference less than 0.5 and the weakest one. And these forces are present in all of these covalent molecules. So if I have examples here, CH4, HI, HF, H2O, and S3, and this is what type of intermolecular forces are present. All these are covalent compounds, so I can say London dispersion is present in all of them. I'm going to show London dispersion with LD. LD, 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 and LD. The next one is the dipole-dipole attractive force. Now, these are the attractive forces between the permanent dipoles. So, for example, let's say we have a formaldehyde molecule. This is formaldehyde. Carbon-oxygen electronegativity difference is more than 0.5. Oxygen being more electronegative, has partial negative charge and carbon has partial positive charge, and this is not temporary, this is permanent. Now when we have another formaldehyde molecule, so C double bond O, and here are my H, carbon with slightly positive, slightly negative due to the electronegativity difference of more than 0.5. So this negative attracts towards positive, and this is what we call it as the dipole-dipole interaction. And this dipole-dipole interaction due to the permanent dipole is a stronger and attractive force compared to the London dispersion. Is dipole-dipole present in CH4? No, because carbon-hydrogen bonds are nonpolar. HI, yes. Dipole-dipole, I'm going to write down. HF, yes. H2O, we are looking at the, so HI, HF, H2O, and NH3. HI electronegativity difference, or HF, or OH, or NH, all of these electronegativity differences are more than 0.5. So that means they all are polar bonds, and that means dipole-dipole will exist in them, but not in CH4 because carbon-hydrogen electronegativity difference is less than 0.5. The third and the strongest intermolecular force is the hydrogen bonding. This strong intermolecular force results when a hydrogen attached to nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine. Look here in this case, here hydrogen is attached to fluorine, here hydrogen is attached to oxygen, and here hydrogen is attached to nitrogen. So these hydrogens which are attached to nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine, they are attracted towards the nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine of another molecule. So let's say this is my HF molecule, this is my another HF molecule. So this hydrogen, since it is attached to the fluorine, will be attracted towards the fluorine of another molecule via interactive force, which we call it as hydrogen bonding. Similarly, if I take the case of water, so here is my water molecule, here is my another water molecule. So this hydrogen or this hydrogen, they are attached to oxygen, so they can make the hydrogen bond with the oxygen of another molecule, and that is known as hydrogen bond. And this is the strongest intermolecular force. So here in the first case CH4, do I have hydrogen attached to nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine? No, that means hydrogen bonding is not present. HI, no, because hydrogen has to attach to nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine. Third, HF, yes, we have hydrogen bonding. H2O, yes, and NH3, yes, because in all these three cases we have hydrogen attached to nitrogen, oxygen, or fluorine. Now, stronger the intermolecular forces, higher is the boiling point or the melting point of the compound. So let's say if we have these three cases here, rank the following compounds from lowest to highest boiling point: CH4, HI, and H2O. Now if I look at H2O, I have all three types of intermolecular forces present here. So H2O is going to have the highest boiling point, then HI, because HI has London dispersion as well as dipole-dipole, and the lowest will be CH4 because CH4 has the weakest intermolecular force, which is dipole-dipole. Now before I go to this highest vapor pressure, let's look at the next three concepts. Since liquid molecules are much closer than the gas molecules, as we discussed, many properties of a liquid are determined by the strength of the intermolecular forces. Uh, so let's talk about a few other features of the liquid state that can be explained by intermolecular forces. The one is surface tension, vapor pressure, and the third one is viscosity. Now, vapor pressure. So for example, let's say you have a liquid in the container, and so the process which is evaporation, what is that the liquid is converting into the vapors, and these vapors can condense back to form the liquid if it is a closed container. Now what happens, this is happening in a closed container, so and going from liquid to gas is the evaporation, going from gas or vapor to liquid is the condensation. Now what happens when the rate of evaporation is same as rate of condensation? We call that state as an equilibrium state. So liquid going into the gas going back into the liquid form, and and when the rate is equal, we call it as the equilibrium state. Now then, at equilibrium state, whatever gas molecules, vapors we have, remember gas, what does gas do? Gas exerts pressure. So what is the vapor pressure? Vapor pressure is the pressure exerted by the vapors in equilibrium with this liquid. So this pressure exerted by these vapors is called the vapor pressure. Important thing is, substances with, if you look here, substances with higher or larger attractive forces will have lower vapor pressure. Why? Because if you have a liquid and the liquid molecules are holding each other with strong forces, then they won't be able to go back into the vapor form easily. So again, substances with larger attractive forces, I like to write down like this: larger the interactive forces, lower is the vapor pressure. So going back to the last slide, they were talking about vapor pressure, and the rule is larger the interactive forces present or more number of interactive forces present, lower will be the vapor pressure. The large number of interactive forces are present in water, then HI, then CH4. That means it's the inverse relationship. That means H2O will have the lowest vapor pressure, then HI, and then CH4. Similarly, the two other features, the surface tension and the viscosity, can be explained using these interactive forces. We know what viscosity is. It is the resistance. It is the measure of fluid's resistance to flow. It is a resistance to flow freely. A viscous liquid is the one that feels thicker. So the compounds with stronger, larger intermolecular forces are more viscous. So again, I have the same three examples here. Out of these three, which one has the larger attractive forces? Water, because water has all three: London dispersion, DD, dipole-dipole, and hydrogen bonding. HI has LD and HB, and CH4 has just LD, London dispersion. So the larger number are present here. That means water is going to have the highest viscosity compared to CH4 and HI. Surface tension, it is the measure of the resistance of a liquid to spread out. So let's look at this container. Let's have this as a liquid, and the surface of the liquid, it has let's say a meniscus like that. And what does that mean? That the molecules present at the surface of the liquid are pulled inwards towards the molecules inside are attracting these molecules, the ones present at the surface, towards inwards. Now again, so that means these molecules are facing some stress. So because they are pulled downwards towards the interior of a liquid. So if the stronger intermolecular forces are present, then there will be stronger pull towards the interior of a liquid. So let's say if I have these three liquids, this is the meniscus, this is the meniscus. So if you look here, this meniscus I can see is pulled strongly towards the interior compared to this one and this one. That means this one has the highest surface tension. That means the largest intermolecular forces are present in this molecule. Going back, so the same rule, larger the intermolecular forces, higher is the surface tension. So out of these three molecules, H2O will have the highest surface tension because it has the largest intermolecular forces present.